the ball, but when he gets some quality minutes, gets in the flow of the game, he's fun to watch. He just has a good time out there, and he's a terrific athlete. And, Vox played the most minutes in the ball game. He's out there. He's a passive Vox. He had 4 assists in the game, but he sets up his teammates pretty well. You know him as a shooter, but he's also a good passer. He only took 5 shots in the game in 30 minutes. Now, that's not like on him. When he's coming off the bench with a lot of guys playing, he'll take 5 shots in the first 5 minutes. But in this one here, he knew he was going to play a little bit more, and he contributed in other ways on the floor. So he did a good job. And Sellers, he's a guy that's going to get better and better as the year goes on. He was 7 for 14 in the game, had 18 points, but he gives you the outside 3. Plus, he can get to the basket, as that highlight showed. He went to the basket and dunked on a New Hampshire player and got fouled on that play. So he has quality. But the thing the Friars have to do better going forward is they have to play on the defensive end.
Well, I think that's the biggest issue that we actually had tonight overall. I mean, in the first half, one of the things that was most alarming is the fact that UNH had 11 offensive rebounds, and that's a lot of putbacks. And that was really mostly just hustle to the basketball.
Exactly. They had 15 second chance points in the first half out of 31 points. Almost half their points were made after missed shots initially. And the Friars just aren't boxing out, and that's just effort there. You have to play better. Sometimes you come into a game like this knowing you're going to win, and you don't have the kind of intensity you like to have, but they got rid of that in the second half. They come out with intensity. But New Hampshire only had 2 second chance points in the second half. They scored 17 for the game, but 15 in the first half, and they only had 3 offensive rebounds. So the Friars did a better job on the glass, not allowing anything to happen that was successful for New Hampshire in that first half.
Yeah, they really came out and blitzed them on both ends of the floor. In the second half overall. Trying to look and see, the Friars ended the game on a 9-0 run, and they started the second half on that kind of a run as well.
Yeah, they got points in the paint. Friars won that 54-30. So they had a lot. Their bench is usually winning the battle anyway, 26-14. But in this ball game, I thought the way they moved and the way they passed to one another, I thought was a good job. This is the most assists I think they've had in the ball game this year. They had 21 assists in this game. Normally they're pushing the ball down the floor, and whoever gets it goes to the basket and tries to score quickly. They want to score within 10 seconds. In this ball game, they didn't have those kind of runs, a few of those, but I thought they were more concentrating in the second half on stopping New Hampshire so they can get something going on the offensive end. It
was a 20-9 run in the opening almost 5 minutes of the second half, an 11-point advantage here that really opened this thing up.
Yeah, and I look at what's the weakness of this team going when the 5 games we've seen so far. The offense is not a problem. They're going to get shots. They have all shot makers out there. Everybody can get their own shot off the ball, the dribbling. No matter who's playing, they can get their own shot. But on the defensive end, I watched them a couple times. They didn't speak on defense. 2 guys went away to 1 guy, and the guy was left wide open. Right. You got to communicate better on defense, and I think that has to come with each player knowing each other. If you're going to call a switch it. If you don't, you got to communicate. You got to tell each guy what you're going to do and where you want to keep the ball on the left-hand side, right-hand side. Don't allow the ball in the middle. When you have those defensive principles, I think you'll become a better defensive team. They definitely have the athletic ability out there to do those things. They just need to apply it.
All right, we'll take the timeout. We'll continue with the Santander postgame show. Friar assistant coach Ryan Gomes will join us as Providence wins at 98-66. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball. Here you go, buddy. Thank you.
On time, every month. White Cross Pharmacy's MedPal makes your daily medications organized and simple.
I don't get paid anymore to play. I want to get paid to play.
Rely on our stable and skilled workforce for your building, service, or renovation projects. Local 59. Done once, done right.
Are you?
Live play-by-play from schools across the country, right from your phone, free. Catch hundreds of weekly podcasts, including shows from your favorite teams, all in one place. From football Saturdays to midweek hoops, it's your all-access pass to the college sports world. Whether it's game day or just your daily drive, the Varsity Network app has you covered. Download now and listen live for free on the Varsity Network app.
This is Dennis Wyatt from Midland Roofing, and this year, Midland Roofing celebrates 50 years of protecting Rhode Island homes with trusted, high-quality roofing solutions. That's 5 decades of dependable roofing, making Midland Roofing the reliable choice for homeowners across Rhode Island. With our GAF, Master Elite, and President's Club status, we can offer our customers the best warranties in the industry, giving you peace of mind for years to come.
This is head coach Kim English, and our friends here at Midland Roofing are proud to raise the roof for Providence Athletics. When your roof needs a win, call Midland Roofing. They've got you covered.
This is an ad about a self-made team. Me. See, I go to school, I do my chores, but I also have my own goals. I'm saving what I earn from making radio ads like this one to buy a gaming computer, and I'm using my Embark account to do it. With no fees, mobile banking, and a money management tool, it's like a spend account, but a lot smarter. So if you're a self-made teen like me, I suggest you get one too. The Embark account, banking for the self-made teen. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
All right. It's a
30 seconds
here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Well, when you get freaks like Jones, you gotta anticipate those things.
Yeah, Jameer Jones got it going in the second half, scored all of his 14 points in the second half. He's our Audi Warwick outstanding performance of the game, Joe, with some of that athleticism out there.
Yeah, he's a freak. I mean, he makes the game. He looks like he's playing on a 7-foot hoop out there all the time. And, he just hasn't.
Wait a second. You said it was a 6-foot hoop earlier.
Yeah, well, I went up. It's post game, so I went
7.
to 7. We got Ryan Gomes here. Ryan used to play on a 9-foot hoop.
Hey, as long as the baskets go in, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter how those all
Not for me. I wasn't the biggest dunker in the game.
That was a little better effort, I think, defensively, especially in the second half. And you guys need a little extra help, a little extra hustle on the backboards as well in that second half.
Yeah, if you look at the first half, that's what our main talk was at halftime. They had too many offensive rebounds, getting position on us. They really weren't known for doing that. So we knew they was going to try to push the pace a little bit, but offensive rebound, I think we just thought our dominance would just take care of itself. Rebound is a hustle game. It's a war of wills. And in the first half, they did that. We cleaned that up in the second half, and we were out to do what we do. Listen to what you said about Jameer.
Yeah.
With the excitement is that's what we want to do, get out in transition. But you can't do that a lot if you're getting it out the net or the other team is just making you play an extra possession on defense.
I was saying that too, Ryan. It looked like the guys came out at halftime. I know you probably had that talk. You just mentioned it. But all the team got together without the coaches, and they got together and talked to one another about what they needed to do. And for me, as a former player, and you've been there, I probably said, hey, listen, let's stop messing around with these guys. Let's put them away. We've had enough of this. And they came out with some intensity, hit the first 7 shots of the second half. 4 of them were 3-pointers. But they didn't allow any second shot opportunities, and that gets your tempo game in the flow. You're able to get the rebounds, and whoever gets the rebound can push the ball up the floor.
Yeah, looking at our lineups, we got guys who have multiple ball handlers, and, we get out in transition. Everybody knows the spots they need to be in, and then, like you said, we get some easy, catch and shoot threes or some trail threes, and that's what happened for us. So, a big shout out to our team for regrouping, and, we want to get on a win streak somehow. This season we haven't win one, lose one, win one, lose one. We won tonight, so hopefully we build off this win. A win is a win, and then get ready for our game on Saturday. But a lot of guys contribute. We got 5 guys in double figures. I thought Edwards played tremendously tonight. 8 assists, no turnovers. His shot making was what stood out, but I thought his playmaking as well was big for us. And then Sellers coming alive as well, getting to the rim in the second half, getting some and one. So those are the things that's going to will us to win. And I think if we keep doing that, we'll have a.
You guys actually have so many options on offense. It's amazing. I don't think a single defense can shut all of you down. You're going to always have an option there. This is all on the other end of the floor where the emphasis really has to be right now.
It has to be that way, in order to get where we want to go, and for all the teams that, come out the first 5 to 7, 10 games of the season, everyone's looking at the offensive numbers. But, you got to really think about the defensive numbers, because how you start is kind of how you finish. So we got to make sure we tighten up on all those things. And we have switchable guys in our lineup that the communication has to be more clear for our guys so we can understand, because the size is there. when you look at that, especially guys playing along the perimeter, we just got to make sure we have that good communication so we don't have no lapses. Not like teams that won't get some looks because we fall asleep a little bit, but we can't be sleeping for a long time.
Yeah, when you say communications, I've been saying that myself. Sometimes I've seen it at least happen once a game where two guys will go one way and leave the man open, and that's just communication. That's all that is, right? So when you have principles on the defense, are you trying to keep the ball out of the middle and try to force a baseline, or what's the principle?
Yeah, we're definitely trying to keep it out of the middle and keep guys in front of us and take contested shots around the free throw line. Mid-range shots, even though we know high quality shots is catch and shoot threes and at the rim layups and of course free throws. But if we could eliminate that, we don't want to always look in the box score and see Osmond with 7 blocks a game because that puts antennas up like they're getting to the rim a little bit too much. So he blocked 7, but what about all the other possessions that he may be altered and then he leaves his feet? And that's why he got a lot of offensive rebounds earlier. Yeah. He's coming to contest some shots that are maybe 50-50, and then they get the offensive rebound on the back end. So our seal downs got to be there, but also keeping guys in front has to be a valuable thing for each guy. One-on-one defense, even though in those team defensive games, 5 players out there, but holding your man to, like you said, make multiple moves, shade them to areas that we know our help is going to be at and not let them get in the teeth of our defense.
Well, I thought the team did a really good job of sharing the ball in this one, too, throwing the extra pass. Some of the guys had wide open looks, but they threw the extra pass for a better look. Yeah, they had 21 assists. I think that's the most assists you've had this year. So I thought the offense, as good as it's been all year scoring points, I thought it was very efficient in that second half especially.
Yeah, very efficient. Like you said, the highest assist game we had all season, which is going to get guys going and feel guys everyone feels included. We know this game, like I said, is about winning on a defensive end, but everyone played the sport. You want to see the shot going, or you want to feel like you've been part of the game, even if you're not taking the shot. And I think tonight was a step towards that area, even though we missed 2 guys tonight. We had Duncan Powell out and we had Corey Floyd out. So guys stepped up and stepped in. Jalen Harrell came in and gave him some good minutes.
He's got a nice jump shot, Jim.
Yeah.
I like the way he shoots the ball.
Really, Nilovin, who's came in, who you guys know who can shoot the ball. So I thought he gave us some quality minutes. And it's not always in the box score. It's about the guys who can come in and just make us whole. And I think we've been teaching that, and our depth we talked about when I was on the air last, and that's the biggest factor for us. Right. So guys got to be ready to play because everybody gets an opportunity in practice. So now when these lights come on, everybody's got to know what they got to do and know their role.
Exactly.
Now you got another opportunity against a big-time, big-name opponent, Big Ten Penn State on Saturday.
Yeah, another one. Those guys are 4-0 right now. They play tomorrow against Harvard. Quality team. They got a lot of freshmen on their team, but this game is not about the youth or the seniorship. It's about guys who just play the game the right way. And once the team connects, then it's hard to, kind of hard to stop a team. So they're playing really well right now. We got to win on our home court. It's not Mohegan is not our home court.
You got to get off the schneid at Mohegan.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I'm on one on the staff being there, but I know the last couple times it's not been pretty. So hopefully, it's not becoming out in our favor. So hopefully we have 2 good days of practice, 3 good days of practice, and then we'll get right back at it and be ready to go ahead and, like I said, start a winning streak because we've been 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. Now we're 1 up, and hopefully we go 2 up.
All right.
Ryan, thanks for coming out.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Appreciate you. Thank you. Ryan Gomes, Brian's assistant coach. Providence wins it 98-66, the final score here at the Amp. Quick look at the numbers, Joe, as UNH falls again to 2-4. We mentioned they have 2 players in double figures and a great night and a great return home. The young man who is a native of Smithfield, Rhode Island, and a graduate of Bishop Hendrick and Jack Graham, 6'3" junior, who transferred from Richmond last year, and he led them with 21 points.
Why did Richmond not play him? He only played 17 games in 2 years. I mean, that guy can play. Jack Graham had a really good ball game. Smart, takes good shots, doesn't turn the ball over. He played 32 minutes. He had no turnovers, and he was 9 for 19 from the floor, 3 of 8 from 3. I mean, that guy doesn't get to play at Richmond. I don't know what they're looking at.
And you had Bilal El Shakri, the young man who's a native of Egypt and a transfer as well from Wofford, who ended up with 16 points and 3 rebounds in this one in 26 minutes. And then you had John Squire in the middle, 6 points, 12 rebounds for UNH in this one. Squire, a transfer from City College of San Francisco, and Pepperdine. You had Poser, the young man from Italy, 9 points on 3 of 6 from 3. They kind of took away his shot in the second half after he had a couple of those in the first half. 6 points for Tyler Bike, 6 points for Kome Emabora, and then 2 off of the bench for John O'Neill. New Hampshire shot 25 of 64. That's 39%. So if you're looking at it strictly from percentage numbers, better defensive effort.
Yeah, they challenged the shots mostly in the second half. They did a good job of getting out on shooters. And, if you can test shots, you're not going to shoot as high a percentage if you have wide open shots. And Friars had a hand in the face most of the time in the second half.
We should also mention that the Friar defense held UNH scoreless for the last 3 minutes and 50 seconds of this game.
Yeah, I mean, they get after it a little bit and push them off to where they want to take the shots.
They were 8 for 28 from three. That's 29%. They were 8 of 9 from the foul line, 89%. Rebounding. All right, it was tied 22-22 at the half. Friars end up winning rebounding 40-34. Offensive rebounds tied at 14 apiece. 11 of those came in the first half for UNH.
Yeah, they only had 3, obviously, in the second half, and that led to the Friar offense getting going. And we mentioned already with Ryan, you have them miss the first shot, you get the rebound, and Friars have all finishers out there on the break. And when whoever gets the rebound can advance the ball, except the big guys, and they did that in this one.
As Ryan mentioned, 5 in double figures for the Friars, led by Jason Edwards with 25 points. He also had 5 rebounds and a career best 8 assists as a playmaker on the floor. He had not done better than that either at Vanderbilt or at North Texas, his 2 previous stops.
Yeah, and had 3 steals. He was in the passing lanes a little bit in this one too. So, yeah, if he gets better defensively, this Friars team can be a very good team. And he did a good job in this one.
Rest of the scoring, you had Jalen Sellers with 18. 11 of those came in the second half, 7 of 14 overall from the floor. Stevan Vox had 13 points. He had 3 of 4 from 3. Ryan Mila had 12 points and 7 rebounds, 14 points for Jameer Jones. All of those came in the second half, as we mentioned as well. Oswin Arunse, 4 points, a team best 11 rebounds in the game. You had 4 points for Cole Hargrove with 5 boards. Pateris Pinnis had 2 points, got his first Friar basket as well. Nilovan Daniels and Jack Williams both played but did not crack the scorebook. And you had Jalen Harrell with 6 points, who had 3 of 4 from the floor in 15 minutes. Friars shot the ball extraordinarily well, 37 of 66. That's 56%. 10 for 26 from 3, 38%. You'll take those averages any day.
All day long. And, the threes were good looks, too. They were wide open threes. A couple of the ball games this year, the Friars come down and the first 3 they see, they fire it up there with a hand in their face, and, the percentages aren't as good. And this one here, they made some good looks at threes because they had wide open shots.
Friars also in this one, we mentioned 40-34 on the backboards. They scored 18 points off of turnovers, forced 14 New Hampshire turnovers. Friars took care of the ball tonight, Joe, without really a true point in the game. Only 8 turnovers tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they've had more turnovers this year than their opponents, too. So this one is a good one to take good care of the ball. And with all the ball handlers they have out there, they should do a good job on the turnover side. But, when you want to have fast pace, John, you got to live with some turnovers because you're flying up and down the floor a lot of times, and you get balls deflected out of bounds and lose the ball. But 8 turnovers, that's a good number.
21 assists on 37 made baskets overall. Friars shot 67% from the floor in the second half and 55% from 3 in the second half.
Yeah, they were perfect at one point. They were 5 for 5 at one point in the second half. So, you got to make those shots. I mean, whether you're open or not, but when you're open and wide open, you got to knock them down. That's how you score 98 points in the game.
Yeah, and the Friars came into the game averaging 96, got 98 tonight, and held New Hampshire to a season low for the defense, 66, and scoreless in almost the last 4 minutes. We got a final timeout to take. We'll wrap up the Santander postgame show coming up next. We'll let you know what the Friars have ahead at Mohegan Sun on Saturday. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Incredible Finnegan family for being phenomenal partners. Finetco embodies an elite mindset in every project they undertake. It's about seizing the moment, just like on the court. With 3 convenient locations across Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Massachusetts, if you have any home improvement or building needs, call Finetco at 1-800-390-0919 or visit them at finetco.net. And let's unite to build a winning future. Go Friars.
At Audi Warwick, Rhode Island's exclusive Audi dealership, discover the all-new, fully redesigned Audi Q5 and A5 family of vehicles where sharp styling, advanced tech, and precision engineering come together for a drive that excites every sense. Or take it further with the Audi S and RS models, built to perform, built to thrill. Over 75 new Audi vehicles are in stock and ready for you to take home today. Experience award-winning service with our complimentary loaner vehicles, on-site roadside assistance, and meet the passionate Audi Warwick team that delivers excellence every time. Proud recipient of the Audi Magno Award for over over a decade. Visit Audi Warwick or go to AudiWarwick.com.
At Balanced Wealth Management, we believe in the power of legacy and family values. Founded by Robert Auclair, a professor at Providence College for over 35 years, our team at Balanced Wealth understands the importance of understanding and collaboration when it comes to your financial future. With our dedication and expertise, we're here to empower you to make informed decisions, ensuring a balanced and secure financial future. Call us today, 401-398-2000, for a free written financial plan. Balanced Wealth Management, guiding your path to financial success.
Dave's Marketplace is a proud sponsor of Providence College Athletics. Dave's is a locally owned and operated company with 10 locations serving Rhode Island families. Dave's has won many awards for its prepared foods and pizza departments, so when you don't have time to cook, they can satisfy your family's needs. When you do have time to cook, Dave's offers the highest quality produce, seafood, meats, deli, bakery, and a large variety of grocery and specialty foods. A smile and a free cup of coffee with every visit.
Hey, Friartown, it's Coach English. Thanks for tuning in today. I wanted to take a moment to thank Amica, the official insurance partner of the Providence Friars. Amica is a great partner to PC, a great supporter of our communities, and it's who I trust to protect my family and my home. If you haven't checked out Amica, visit amica.com or call 800-24-AMICA. That's 24-AMICA. See why 94% of their customers who bundle auto and home stay with them year after year.
Hey, Friar fans, it's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Alley Oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Providence basketball games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Providence Friars. Let's go Friars! SeatGeek.
Yeah, Jason Edwards shows a little speed as well, just like his teammates Jalen Sellers and Jameer Jones are equipped with speed on the floor. And Edwards leading the Friars with 25 points and a career-high 8 assists tonight. He is our Santander Bank Player of the Game. Santander, a proud sponsor of Friars basketball from tip-off to final buzzer.
Yeah, he played a great ball game on both ends for him, and he needs to do that. He needs to play good defense because he's a real big-time offensive threat on the offensive side. But here's a stat for you, John, to call him. Friars gave up 66 points in the whole ball game here.
Right.
Colorado scored 58 points in the second half in the last ball game. So it's a big difference when you play some defense.
Play a little defense. Friars actually came into this one. Their previous 4 games, they were averaging nearly 51 points they were giving up in the second half and held UNH, I should say, held. UNH scored 38 or actually 35 in the second half of this one.
Yeah, I mean, if you got, it starts with defense, and the defense has to get better. If you're going to win Big East games, you got to play the defense.
All right. Austin Rooke's got the scoreboard update for us.
Light night in the Big East tonight and light work for those teams in the Big East. A lot of blowouts across the conference tonight, starting with Seton Hall, 68-45, the final over another UNH. This time it's the University of New Haven, who played the Friars' next opponent at home earlier this season, a couple of weeks ago. 68-45, TJ Simpkins leads the Pirates in scoring with 18 tonight for Shaheen Holloway's squad. Another final in Cincinnati at Cintas Center. Xavier wins 99-69. It is the 250th win in the coaching career of one Richard Pitino. Wow. 30-point win for X tonight at home.
I can't believe he's old enough to have 250 wins.
Me either. 4 different players scored exactly 20 points for Xavier.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
He used to sit here next to us and listen to the game.
I know it. Yep. He's been around a while now.
Dang.
You're getting old,
So have
John.
you. You've been around for a while.
No, man. It's a myth.
Go ahead. Sorry.
4 different players for Xavier score exactly 20 points in the game, accounting for 80 of the 99 on the board. One other game currently going on in the Big East. DePaul up 28 with about 10 minutes to go over Gardner-Webb. They led 48-24 at the half. That at Wintrust Arena in downtown Chicago. Layden Blocker currently leading the Demons in scoring with 12 in the game. Let's see, another final, and congrats to the Brown Bears getting their first win of the season against a common opponent with Providence. They beat Holy Cross. Final at the pit, 68-49 for Brown. And a big one in New Haven, Connecticut for the Rhodey Rams, currently up 7 on the road.
Wow.
71-64. The lead for Rhodey over Yale with about 7.5 minutes to go in that game. Big one to watch later tonight.
That'd be a great win for Rhodey if they can hold on.
Yeah, Yale's pretty good. I think they're picked to win the Ivies this year, so that'd be a good win for Rhodey.
They are, absolutely. All right, next up for the Friars, they will go back to Mohegan Sun for their second game at that casino facility this season, and it'll be this Saturday in what they're calling the Hall of Fame Showcase event against Penn State out of the Big Ten.
Yeah, Ryan just mentioned they're 4-0, and they have a young club, but so did Colorado. Colorado had 5 freshmen out on the floor at one point. So, you don't know what you're getting on the freshmen. Talking about freshmen, John, they had a mock draft this past week for the NBA, and the freshman at Virginia Tech that we saw, Dallas, he was slotted for the 12th spot in the draft, number 12 pick in the draft, which had to be was Austin Croce's position, by the way. So, he's a guy that a lot of people didn't even know about, and he comes into that one. So you never know what freshmen you're going to see out there. They might be 20 years old, playing in the Euro League for 4 years and playing professionally. So a lot of good players out there from Europe that you don't really know a lot about, but they're good players. And that's when you see a young team like Penn State, you don't know what they're going to come up with, but they are 4-0, so you got to be ready.
Friars, we hope will have Corey Floyd, Duncan Powell, Daquan Davis, and also who else? And thank you. Yeah, it was who? Rich Barrett. Oh, thank you, Rich Barrett. Why did I forget? Because he hadn't played yet this year. That's why. So Rich is still actually operating on the concussion protocol.
You got a concussion or what?
I might. I might. Holy crap. What's going on here?
Hey, I couldn't even have time to figure out what you were saying. I might have one too.
We're making a hell of a team here.
Oh, man.
I'll be the eyes, you be the ears.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying earlier tonight I need a hearing aid.
I can't hear anything. So you can't see, I can't hear. We're in a good shape.
Oh, we're in great shape. A couple of old codgers. All right. We'll have the broadcast. Nevertheless, Joe and I will find a way to wheel ourselves into the Mohegan Sun Arena on Saturday afternoon. It'll be a 4:00 tip. We'll have the broadcast at 3:40 right here on News Talk 99.7 and AM 630 WPRO. Our next Kim English radio show is scheduled for Thursday night at 6:00 here on WPRO, so stay tuned for that as well. Our thanks to studio producer Sam Chozik, our engineer Matt Morrell, our halftime host Austin Rooke. And for Joe Hassett, I'm John Rooke. Again, our final score, Providence 98, New Hampshire 66. Friars improved to 3-2. They will get the Penn State Nittany Lions out of the Big Ten on Saturday at Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. Again, broadcast at 3:40, tip at 4, right here on WPRO. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks, Sam.
See ya.